But it was helpful in getting DCT involved, you know, sonic fields.
No announcements today. I'm gonna be doing a grab bag of various indie games I found. Haven't really tested any of them, so expect technical difficulties. There's no real theme to them either. This one is called Endless Blue. And that title intro there, very 80s. Hopefully the game teaches you as you go.
Command, I've infiltrated the underwater research facility. Damn it, the storm up above must be disrupting their communications. Well, whatever. The show must go on.
Oh man. Helicopter controls. Haven't played a game with this kind of controls in a long time. Note time. Incoming shipment log 81493. 4 cases provisions, 2 cases lab equipment, 2 cases organic matter, 1 case live specimens, 1 case books and magazines. That's actually a really bad font. The 1 is a Roman numeral 1, but none of the other numbers are Roman numerals, so it just looks like it's saying I case live specimen. Computer workstation. Doesn't look like it's running any program though. Oh, good old Resident Evil door transitions.
I wasn't exactly expecting a warm welcome, but this is ridiculous. Where's everybody?
Just a health kit on the floor. Hopefully they put it like in an inventory or something. Emergency log 82393. Emergency protocol activated. Note containment breach in lab section B. Initiate quarantine protocol. Emergency detachment of umbilicus D1. Evacuate research personnel. That's weird. Her hair is short. Like shorter than the neck of her wetsuit. Man, it looks pretty bright outside for this being an underwater facility. It must be very shallow water. Oh. Yeah, it's really hugging like the curve of her face there. Hazmat suits. Uh-oh. This is just straight up an old Resident Evil game.
What the hell is going on here?
Botanical Research Associate. August 16, 93? Can't believe it. I'm really here. My family always thought it was crazy, but I've dreamed of living in the ocean since I was a child. Now, instead of wasting half the day preparing for a dive, we're already here, surrounded by the beauty and wonders of this great blue expanse. Then rotate counterclockwise. So that'd be right, upper left, left. Checking a porthole. Okay. There we go. Okay, good. Hold on to that. Security log, August 20. 2,300 hours. Had to intervene when a few of the research scientists got a little too drunk in the lab. Apparently there was some big discovery, hence the party. But the specifics are still very hush-hush. Escorted the unruly scientists back to their bunks with no further incident. Weird that this game has like partial controller support. That not good? Can I see my piece of paper? Okay. Rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. One would be here. Here, and 3 would be here. Right. That's if they don't just turn it like a cube, which was the first thing I did. Oh. This needs more than 3. Oh. Okay. There we go.
Damn. Cleaned out. Well, I guess this will have to do.
And look, a zombie. And an inexplicable person in a dress doing something weird.
Strange. Who is that woman?
And I hope they actually, like, directed their voice actress to try to mimic that style. It's a nice authentic touch to the rest of this.
What the hell? Don't come any closer. I'll shoot if I have to.
That'd require me to know how to shoot. Okay.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Who is this?
Oh, thank God. Please, I've barricaded myself in the break room, but those monsters are still out there.
First, I need you to tell me what the hell is going on at this facility.
Look, I don't know too much myself. I can try to explain, but you must help me. The connecting tunnel to the laboratory section was destroyed, but you can still get over here through an emergency hatch in the generator room.
You want me to swim over there and take on God knows how many of those monsters?
I'll try to explain best as I can, but please, you must come quickly. Please.
Damn
That
it.
doesn't sound weird at all.
This mission just keeps getting weirder. But I can't turn back now.
Wait. Oh my god. But I'm still here. Very weird. I think that was actually it, and they've just left me in this limbo state here where I can't get access to any of the other doors. Okay, then do some work getting their menus to work with the controller. They already got the rest of the game working with controllers. Interesting, very like Resident Evil 1 survival horror feel to it. Switch over to different game. Still the only road. "90-degree turn in the middle of the road." Okay, so I just need to go up some little hills and stick some radios on top of them. Nothing I haven't done before. this little fork. Huh. Instead of zooming my view in, it looks like it shows me climbing routes and locations of interest. Probably more useful than zoom. I wonder if they're color coded by ease. Yeah. Is this? I know. I'm on a different route now. Neat. Yeah, kind of a weird climb to have a tent on, though. Huh. I wonder if there's fall damage? There is not. I am also a frog. So what's the other routes on Mount Kroll? Here is the medium route. Lighter. I thought I was gonna get a radio. Any other routes on here? Yeah, there is another route here. 3-star route. Extreme. Wow. Okay, so their next suggestion was Mount Hollow, and I saw a sign pointing towards it. That way. Ooh, Mount Hollow's a lot taller. Pretty cool. Oh, new mechanic. Ugh. Hmm. It takes it a while. I wonder what these mushrooms are for. $90 feet. Ooh. This is actually really high up. Looks like the start of the red. Ooh, a tractor. 2 of its wheels falling over. Okay, the Mount Hollow Extreme route. Ooh. No. It's like I'm starting this route over. Oh, it's cooking up here. Snow warning. Wonder if snow actually affects how travel on any terrain. Almost didn't make it. Okay, so unlocked a quick travel. Ooh. Oh, I got enough upgrades for both of them. Speed and jump upgrade. Gotta get in on the ground floor. Gonzo, the birthday party planner. Oh, there is an easy route on Mount Hollow. The easy route has way more of the collapsible rocks than any of the other routes. I guess I can check around the base, see if there's a sign pointing to which one's supposed to be Mountain 3. Huh. I guess I just wing it. Mount Kroob doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna go over there. wonder if there's a new mechanic on every mountain. Ooh. The hell is that? Ah. Okay. Messed up there, but there we go. Crap. Oh no. Ah. Fell off the normal route. I could see this game developing a pretty nice speedrunning community. Sort of went too fast to register. I crossed the second post. There are some optimizations you can make, like choosing which rocks to go for. How you stretch yourself. Ugh. Just fell off the mountain again. I'm good. Can I get up from here? Don't think so. Okay, so this is probably not Mountain 3, otherwise there is a significant, like, curve. Huh. No. Like, yes, I didn't go all the way to the ground. Damn. Okay. So I can recover by going that way? I don't know why I get all panicky at those rocks. They take a long time to pull out. There we go. Staying calm worked. Where's... I was kind of expecting that at the end of 3 radios, they'd be like, oh, just come back and get more radio, or yeah, there would be more radios waiting in town or something for you. I'm curious about this mountain over here. Hear a mushroom. It's probably up in that stand. Bouncing mushrooms. What looks like rocks that can only be grabbed sometimes. it seems like you can't grab it when it's yellow, but if you're holding on to it already, you can continue to hold it while it's yellow. Hit my head on the post. Oh. That's some unfortunate geometry there. Can't believe I missed that rock. Hey. No. A little too far. Bet I could stand on that one. Yep. Just stay on the log for a second. There we go. Finally. Oh, no. Let's go see what Mount Tree is like. Not a big fan of those timed rocks. Not the ones that drop after time, the ones that are doing like traffic light colors. Nice little hillside town. all this climbing for one free cup of coffee. That's it. Nice game, cute aesthetic. Curious about what the full game is going to be like. What other kind of jumping challenges and stuff they'll have in there. Might revisit this one. Just went in the mood for something super chill. Oh, I did finish out a stamp card. Is there any more equipment? Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Gives you time to consider how you're gonna do your next jump. Really nice kind of double jump for this sort of game. But it is time to move on. I wonder what Operation Rebuild is all about. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that one. Really nice game. Move on to Iridescence. Maybe. Okay, here we go. I did it. Beat the game. Okay. So far, pretty good teaching of the various puzzle mechanics. Let me fix that. How's that? Oh good, it has a thing for when it becomes unsolvable. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. Ah. Okay. As long as you don't let go, it doesn't go down the hole. Okay. Nope. Hmm. Yeah. Wonder how many puzzles this has. Hopefully it's not one of those ones with like a million puzzles. Okay, so it's only this one could possibly do it. There we go. Needed to get that blue out. Okay. There we go. Whopper. Oh, hey. So far you've missed a very, very short Resident Evil 1 style game with exactly one enemy in it and 2 collectibles. More of a proof of concept tech demo than anything else. And then there was a pretty fun climbing game where you were a frog that had to climb mountains and put radios at the top of them. Now I'm on the puzzle game Iridescence. Not sure how much longer I'm going to do this one, because these kind of games can have anywhere from like a dozen puzzles to several hundred puzzles, depending on the creator. Okay, so we want to swap the these two. Oh. Something I witnessed it quite often. Same puzzle, just slightly different markups. Actually, what am I doing? Oh. Need to get blue up in the top there. There we go. Doesn't make that pass through, huh? Oh, but this is now free to move about. Makes this... Oh. Red can move along. Green needs to come down here. That out. No. Didn't need to go any further anyways. Whoops. Too bad there's not an undo. Okay, so I want these here. Red's where it needs to be, so I need to start moving. It's purple. Actually, I need to get the blue as far over as possible. Okay, so blue can go in now. Oh, but then how am I supposed to get purple over there if blue's? Oh. Wait, this does it? Oh, new mechanic. Simple warper, okay. Limited amount of warps. It popped up the retry like I had made it impossible. Neat. That's weird. Okay. They're introducing more and more mechanics, which is cool. But there are more things to see on the grab bag. I think if they develop out like the user interface around it, give a little more options and stuff, they could have a nicely polished game. Change the aspect ratio a little, maybe even port it to phones, and they could probably make a pretty good amount on like ads and stuff. So this next game doesn't have switch setting. Take the closest one. Oh, judging by the tags, this is probably it. They just missed an S on the end of it. Hmm. Options thing on here is completely empty. And move my camera, jump off copy flashlight and zoom in. Okay. Probably also a little loud.
Alright, just about there now. Odd. Gregory, what's the matter with the chain? Is it the arm? Sorry, RM. Is there room to disembark? The lift is stuck. Should have it fixed momentarily. Hold on. Slow down now. I'll be needing a comms check. Do you copy? No, it seems I can't hear you. Blast this faulty equipment. Well, back to the lift. Let's see what's the matter with you.
Oh, they're not gonna just ignore that my walkie-talkie's broken and send me in?
Still can't lower it any further. It seems as if you still hear me yet. Must be a short on your end. Best way out now is to get you to the high runways, just past our cave. Don't fret about the airline. You're still in safe hands.
Okay. So I'm trapped in the water. No way out. No communication. And at least I'm walking along the bottom and I'm not like free floating.
I'm sure the view from below is just stunning. Reminds me of the poem we used to read at the academy. How does it go? We had such lofty expectations in those days.
Ooh. Plane. Huh. Dare I? Okay, so that was death. Life is full of second chances. Maybe it hopefully puts me... nope.
Just about there now. Odd. Gregory, what's the matter with the chain? Is it the arm? Sorry, RM. Is there room to disembark? The lift is stuck. Should have it fixed momentarily. Now, it seems I can't hear you. Blast this faulty equipment. Slow down now. Let's see what's the matter with you. Do you copy? Still can't lower it any further.
Well, at least I could speed run the dialogue.
Must be a short on your end. Best way out now is to get you to the high rise, just past our cave. Don't fret about the airline.
There's a run. Didn't realize there was a run thing in this. Boat up there? That's a boat.
I'm sure the view from below is just stunning. Reminds me of a poem we used to read at the academy. How does it go? We had such lofty expectations in those days.
Uh-oh. Okay, good. Nope. I seem to have gotten myself a little bit stuck. Okay, got out of it. Okay, good.
Alright, quit flickering your lights. This is no time for games. Now there should be a gap wide enough for us to lead you along even here. Trust in the mission and it will be once only into the breach.
Ah, the classic sign. Ooh, what is that?
Fuck! What do you mean there's no sound from the bilge pump? Is it the float switch? Is it working? Then what could it be? Oh, it's no use. Julian, you're a good swimmer.
Well, now I'm on oxygen. Weird having the way they've set up the sound is very directional. Like, I can tell where they placed their audio player in the wall there. Very weird choice. I had my lights off. Why were you flickering them again? A bigger version of whatever was looking at me from the death cave. What this is? That's pretty much it for me then. Unless it's got a checkpoint, I don't feel like making the...
Alright, just about there now.
Yeah, not making the full rounds for that again. For unavoidable instant death. Check out our next game. Doesn't have a category, so I don't know what to label it as. I'll just put puzzle game. There we go. Tados. Welcome to Fireworks, new employee. We are grateful that another programmer has joined the HTAD 06 project. I'm Stanley Thade, your boss and founder of Fireworks, and I am most enthusiastic to be cooperating with you on the construction of the world's first 6-digit computer. Your co-workers, the current team, consists of you, Robert Redford, and Zachary Roik. I look forward to collaborating with them in the future in the creation of software and plugins for HTADE. I'll send you your task to the task program I've written. Huh. Why is that not hooking in? Ooh. It's got a somewhat poorly coded interface. It's like the program thinks it's in full screen for mouse capture. See if it's got a setup I can get to. I'm curious to see what puzzles this is. Okay. This time it launched in full screen. Yeah, let's see what they got for tasks here. Okay. Output the selected numbers. So it's in take in 23 and put out 23. So whatever number it takes in. How are you supposed to do this with only one command? Huh. I don't know, this seems like a really poor imitation of a Zachtronics game. Oh. Okay. Put this back on one. Okay. I have a better version of this same game. So I'm not gonna hurt my eyes sticking around on that. Next up is a game made in Godot. Also does not have Twitch label yet, so see what happens here. Hey, look into this. Let me turn it down. There we go. So this game called Karawan. The world is crumbling, and this portal is your only hope. Build your caravan, find a magus if you can, and reach the portal. You enter a small hamlet. The villagers are eager to join you. Move on and escape their cruel fate. What say you? Build a new wagon and take them with you as -2, I guess, food, and -2 wood to get some farmers. Farmers could be valuable. The caravan consumes 1 food each time it moves. Your farmers can forage adjacent berries to replenish your stock. Okay. Okay, so I got like a little bit of a snake thing I can do. Leave them behind or take them as woodcutters. I will take woodcutters because I need to be able to get wood. Yeah, I figured just like the farmers, as long as they're adjacent to it. Resources are limited. You enter a small hamlet. The villagers are eager to join you. Yeah. The scribe, too old to move anywhere, presents an intricate world map to you. He wants a little for it, as such goods have lost most value. What say you? You can use 5 wood to cross water. I'll take the map and I guess some miners. Gotta tell them to food. Grab food, grab that, check this. Among the ranks, you spot a shriveled and bent elder whose glowing eyes give him away as a magus. You understand from his glare that anything aggressive might mean the end of your caravan. Leave them behind. Maybe I can come back and grab the magus when I get these mining things done. Oh, crap. This is not good. I've doomed myself a little bit. In weeks since anyone has eaten, desperation can push people so far away from what passes as civilized. You lost a wagon, but your people are eating again. Oh, I don't have farmers. That's the end of the road for this caravan. Okay, how can I restart? Oh. Oh no! They're floating away. After the initial panic and last attempts to stop the catastrophe, a gentle calm comes over you. There's nothing left to do, no decision to make, nothing to risk, nothing to gain. What was to be lost is lost. You can't help but admire the tremendous process that is happening around you, having time to watch it really for the first time, as you float towards your end. After what feels like hours, you are overwhelmed by a great fatigue following the exertions of the last weeks. And right down the drain. Your ruined caravan lies stretched across the paths of your past. Let us hope others were more fortunate. Okay. I have some idea of what I'm doing here. Grab some farmers. Some woodcutters. And miners. Trample the bushes. It's okay. The Magus join. Ooh. Time dilation. Play the collapse. All kinds of stuff. Don't have a map this time though. Just gonna have to cross on faith that there is more this way. Doesn't seem like it was the best choice. Oh, here we go. Food. Okay. Got a world map. So where am I currently? I guess right here. So this way is covered in woods. And this way is barren. Is there a spell here? Just gonna get started out here in a moment. That sucks. Yeah, I've got to go into those caves, but there isn't any food in those caves. So how am I supposed to go through there and still get around the portal? Guess I'll just have to go in and see what's up. Stop. I'm gonna restart this run. They have even harder worlds. Yeah, the thing where they automatically get adjacent tiles should just be part of the base kit. Okay, I have it. Okay, grab the Magi, cross the river. There's a nice little food patch. And a world map. Okay. This cave entrance is blocked by a tree, so I would need to go all the way over to this cave entrance. And there are berry bushes along the way, so maybe that might be my best choice. Crap. Uh-oh. Okay. Not good enough? Okay. Hopefully our farmers aren't the ones that get starved out. Probably almost just as bad, but okay. Here we go. Oh, no grass here anyways. Caves are basically a death trap. Oh, wait. It doesn't cost a... Thinking the wagon foreman cost a, quartz thing to get. Can I remove forest? I don't have anything in my spellbook to do that. Even if I did, I don't have the crystals currently. I think this caravan's already shot. Unless I can pull off a cool maneuver here. Ah, we're almost there. Oh, and there's food right here. Okay, I think next run I've got it. I do an in run around the forest. Oops. Just made a big mistake. And another one. Just taking a completely uncharted path. Oh wow, there's tons of food down here. Oh. Yeah, made a few missteps. Cool. Pretty good. The harvest took place first. Okay, hopefully it's the miners. Good. So we can get to the bushes. That's not enough wood. But I had enough for if I had gotten one more wood, I would have been in. gonna go in by the trees this time. Okay. It's actually making this a lot easier. Okay, so that transpose spell. You stepped through the portal with a curious satisfaction, tainted by the sting of what was lost, what you had to do to reach this place. Soon you realized that this is only a short respite, as the next world awaits. Person did really nice pixel art in 72 hours. A decent idea for a game. It takes some developing, and I'm not sure how they could implement a good curve to it. That's what copious amounts of playtesting is for. Brings me to the final game in the grab bag. We've got the Sword of Fate, and there's an ancient evil that needs to be sealed away. So when you said meet me outside the academy right after our final exam so we could go save the world, you meant... like... No, I still don't understand. Sorry, I thought I was being pretty clear. We're going to save the world. Okay, could you go into a little more detail? Well, it's been 1,000 years since the Machine Devil was sealed away, so now he's re-emerging. I guess that's what those creepy armband guys at the academy keep saying. I feel like I've been seeing more and more of them. It's pretty scary. Dude, fuck those guys. I don't think anyone wants to fuck those guys. But they're right about the Machine Devil coming back. Oh yeah. I mean, those guys are coming back, and they're basically the devil as is. But also, it is literally coming back. Dude, it's so fucked up. These guys keep burning random farmers' crops in order to summon Machine Devil manifestations, and it keeps happening more and more. Like, you drive out of town and you're bound to get attacked by one of those fucked up machines, like, every other minute. Probably only a matter of time before that's true even in Academy Town. Like, man, first the library riots, now these manifestations. It's gonna kill so many people. Shit's fucked. Jeez, that's so scary. And we'll take them on. Oh shit, there's one right ahead of us. Upcoming fight. So just... Okay, so each controller button does a different character. Is there any kind of strategy to this? Comboing?
It's fine, baby, you're mine. Ride with me together forever till a new time.
Okay. See? We're heroes. We've got this. Okay, sure, yeah, totally. That was fine. Totally a hero. I mean it. I'm impressed by how quickly you're getting into it. Ah, cool. I think there's probably going to be a lot of fights before we get there. Yeah, for sure. So we should take a moment and equip our boards with trinkets. Okay. Temporary heals, build stagger. Let's go do the only reasonable thing. I'm gonna get the feeling that you're about to say something unreasonable. Let's go find some more of those jerks and fuck them up. Ah, so I could choose to hit this speed bump, or I could choose to go to a fight. Okay, so I can switch targets like that, and then... Advanced techniques, okay.
It's fine, baby, you're mine. Ride with me together forever till a new time.
Hey, can you look under the seat? I think there should be some more trinkets to equip. You know that we all get different abilities from the same trinkets? If you look at the status screen, you can see what types we get. Yeah, both lanes have fights in them. Yeah, I did know that. Also, I was the one who taught you that. Yeah, anyway, did you find them? Don't worry too much, they all give the same 3 abilities. Okay, so cycle through, grab taunt. Okay, I get what's happening.
It's fine, baby, you're mine. Ride with me together forever till a new time.
Let's heal up. I'm kind of starting to feel it. Got some drinks in the backseat. Can you press start and pass them up? Okay, so her healing is temporary, like only for the battle. No problem. Oh wow, that sure is a big guy ahead, huh? Cool, so am I. Dagger. This person yells a lot.
It's fine, baby, you're mine. Ride with me together forever till a new time.
Same guy again? That's... did it set me back down the road in the same spot and I need to switch which fight I'm doing? Oh, it shows here. Okay. should have paid attention when I was adding all these to the grab bag. See if this was just a demo or a full game. Okay. I think I might give this its own run. Go back and run it, actually read off the text and everything, give it a proper feature. Yeah, because I think this might be a full game. So I will definitely come back to this one. I did say that was the last one of the grab bag, but I forgot a very important one given what day it is. We'll just need a moment to get that up. Okay. Dagon. Dagon is a faithful, interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work, focused on story and atmosphere. You will not find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory management here, and movement is limited to progressing through locations along with the plot.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
So someone made...
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
Perfect.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Morphine entered into use in the 19th century and was routinely administered to treat severe pain during the American Civil War and World War I. It was also sold without restrictions until 1914. Morphine became more popular after the invention of the hypodermic syringe around 1854. Friedrich Stirner, who first isolated the substance, originally named it morphium after Morpheus, the Greek god associated with dreams. At the time when Dagon was published, morphine abuse, known as soldier's disease, already posed a big problem in the United States.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Dagon was written around a month after the United States entered World War I. Lovecraft was actively interested in its course. He composed many poems in which he gave encouragement to soldiers and commented on the events unfolding in Europe. He tried to enlist in the army, which he mentions in one of the letters to Reinhard Kleiner. Some time ago, impressed by my entire uselessness in the world, I resolved to attempt enlistment despite my almost invalid condition. I argued that if I chose a regiment soon to depart for France, my sheer nervous force, which is not inconsiderable, might sustain me till a bullet or piece of shrapnel could more conclusively and effectively dispose of me. Letters to Reinhard Kleiner from H.P. Lovecraft. But even though he passed the physical exam, his mother prevented him from going to the war. He has threatened to go to any lengths, legal or otherwise, if I do not reveal all the ills which unfit me for the army. I am Providence, the life and times of H.P. Lovecraft.
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation. So that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
The Huns were Central Asian nomads who established a dominion in Europe and invaded the Roman Empire in the 5th century AD. They were known as brutal, deadly warriors and masters of quick raids who also developed powerful composite bows, lassos, and early siege weapons. During World War I, the British used the word Hun as a synonym for Germans in order to emphasize their brutality. However, the term originated when the German Emperor Wilhelm II gave a speech to his troops on 27 July 1900 before they embarked to China. Should you encounter the enemy, he will be defeated. No quarter will be given. Prisoners will not be taken. Whoever falls into your hands is forfeited. Just as 1,000 years ago, the Huns under their King Attila made a name for themselves, one that even today makes them seem mighty in history and legend. May the name German be affirmed by you in such a way in China that no Chinese will ever again dare to look cross-eyed at a German. The refusal to take prisoners was a clear breach of the laws and customs of war adopted during the First Hague Convention of 1899.
So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time. When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings. Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight. The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
Dagon was written in July 1917 and first published in 1919 in The Vagrant, an amateur magazine focused on the supernatural. The story is the first of his stories that introduced an element from the Cthulhu mythos, Dagon itself. A pagan cult worshipping Dagon later appears in the Shadow over Innsmouth, one of Lovecraft's most popular works. 1917 is also the year when he wrote The Tomb, a story about Jervis Dudley, a daydreamer who discovers a mysterious mausoleum in the woods by his house and becomes obsessed with it. These two works marked Lovecraft's return to short story writing after he burned most of his attempts at the genre 9 years prior and decided to concentrate on poetry. Lovecraft stated that it was his friend, William Paul Cook, a literary publisher and critic, who convinced him to start writing weird fiction again.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue. The change happened whilst I slept. Its details I shall never know, for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Sea has gone still.
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see, and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away. Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished. For there was in the air and in the rotting soil a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish and of other less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain. Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity. There was nothing within hearing, and nothing in sight, save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear. The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
That is a very nice touch. You got the sun up in like a starred sky.
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position. Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths. So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might. Nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things. For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens.
Same.
As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time. That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue. On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease. The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal. All day I forged steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
That's a neat idea. Might be a little hard to do other Lovecraft stories. Oh.
That night, I encamped, and on the following day still traveled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it. By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance. An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface. Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill. I know not why my dreams were so wild that night, but ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain, I was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more. Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again, and in the glow of the moon I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day. Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy. Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset. Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence.
Contrary to popular opinion, Lovecraft was not an ever-frowning, eccentric, grumpy loner. He considered himself to be a person who appreciated humor. Moreover, he would often meet with friends in his apartment or at various cafes in Brooklyn and Manhattan. At times, his social life was so intensive, his work would suffer for months. There was a point when he finally decided he needed to put an end to daily meetings and loitering in New York cafeterias, and resorted to hiding at home and reading with the main room light turned off, pretending he wasn't there whenever a friend knocked on his door. He also had another method of deterring his guests, which involved greeting them in a bathrobe with an unmade bed visible in the background and piles of papers scattered across the floor. Yeah, I know
I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me.
Poe? Or Lovecraft? I'm pretty sure it was Lovecraft that was dealing with the founding of, like, a few fiction magazines.
But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine. I felt myself on the edge of the world, peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night. Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost, and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined. Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent, whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual. Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze, I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath, gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me. an object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon.
Would be interesting to see how this experience differs in VR. Like if you get a better sense of like vastness and enormity and stuff.
That it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself.
Because this is a VR storybook, basically.
But I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature. A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express. For despite its enormous magnitude and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young, I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith, whose massive bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and thinking creatures. Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely. The moon, now near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm, and revealed the fact that a far-flung body of water flowed at the bottom, winding out of sight in both directions and almost lapping my feet as I stood on the slope. Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the cyclopean monolith, on whose surface I could now trace both inscriptions and crude sculptures. The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics unknown to me and unlike anything I'd ever seen in books, consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels, octopi, crustaceans, mollusks, whales, and the like. Several characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown to the modern world, but whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain. It was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
Dagon contains many themes and storytelling methods that Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as telling the story through carvings, journals and characters' notes, islands emerging from the ocean, or fictional beings and deities based on real events and mythologies. Also considered the origin of the popular Cthulhu mythos. Some of Lovecraft's other stories also conclude in a manner similar to Dagon. Let's skip the details in order not to spoil the ending.
Plainly visible across the intervening water, on account of their enormous size, were an array of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a doré. I think that these things were supposed to depict men, at least a certain sort of men, though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto, or paying homage at some monolithic shrine which appeared to be under the waves as well. Of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail, for the mere remembrance makes me grow faint, grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer. They were damnably human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips, glassy, bulging eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall. Curiously enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background, for one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself. I remarked, as I say, their grotesqueness and strange size, but in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe. Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born.
Lovecraft would often use the latest scientific discoveries as inspiration for his works. He would even update his stories at the last moment in order to make sure they reflected the latest breakthroughs. Unfortunately, this method was not without its flaws. After Lovecraft's death, the Piltdown Man discovery, mentioned in Dagon, turned out to be a paleoanthropological fraud. In 1912, Charles Dawson, an amateur archaeologist, announced that he had discovered the missing link between ape and man, the fossilized remains of a previously unknown early human. Years later, they turned out to be a forgery. But by that point, the fraud had already managed to negatively affect the early research on human evolution. In the year when the discovery took place, the majority of the scientific community believed Dawson indeed found the missing link. In 1953, Time magazine published evidence proving that Dawson was a con man. Turned out that the fossils of the previously unknown early human consisted of a human skull, the jaw of an orangutan, and chimpanzee teeth. It also doesn't help that Lovecraft was just bad at math and understanding a lot of the science he was reading. But E for effort.
Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse into a past beyond the conception of the most daring anthropologist, I stood musing whilst the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me. Then, suddenly, I saw it. With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters. Fearsome and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith, about which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds. I think I went mad then. Of my frantic ascent of the sloping cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little. I believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing. I have indistinct recollections of a great storm sometime after I reached the boat. At any rate, I know that I heard pearls of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods. When I came out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital, brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean. In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention. Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing, nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Lovecraft considered himself an atheist and absolute materialist, which he attributed partly to his early childhood interest in astronomy and science in general. In his own words, "I am indeed an absolute materialist so far as actual belief goes, with not a shred of credence in any form of supernaturalism, religion, spiritualism, transcendentalism, metempsychosis." I've never seen that one before. Metempsychosis. Or immortality. All I say is that I think it is damned unlikely that anything like a central cosmic will, a spirit world, or an eternal survival of personality exists. They are the most preposterous and unjustified of all the guesses which can be made about the universe, and I am not enough of a hair splitter to pretend that I don't regard them as errant and negligible moonshine in theory. I am an agnostic, but pending the appearance of radical evidence, I must be classed practically and provisionally as an atheist.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist and amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
Dagon was the main deity of the Philistines, worshipped throughout the Middle East as the ancient gods of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word Dagon was a common noun for grain. The rulers of Akkad, Mesopotamia, chose him as the patron saint of their war conquests. He also appeared as the judge of the dead in an Assyrian poem, and an underworld prison warder in one of the Babylonian texts. He's often mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretation of his name, as in Hebrew the word dag means fish. In H.P. Lovecraft's works, Dagon is an underwater deity, ruling over the deep ones, a humanoid race with fish traits that resides in the oceans. He's worshipped by a secret cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries.
Lovecraft's attempts to find a job in 1925 were influenced by advice he received from friends, among others. He started freelancing for a marketing magazine where he would write announcements and commercials. Feel free to judge his copywriting skills for yourself. From an ad for Curtis Woodwork. Curtis Woodwork embraces both the usual structural units and the cleverest contrivances of built-in or permanent furniture, such as bookcases, dressers, buffets, and cupboards. Every model is conceived and created with the purest art, ripest scholarship, and mellowest craftsmanship which energetic enterprise can command, and made to conform rigidly to the architecture of each particular type of home. The cost, considering the quality, is amazingly low, and the trademark on the individual pieces prevents any substitution by careless contractors. August Derleth was an American writer and anthologist. He also befriended Lovecraft and published many of his works through his company, Arkham House. Although he greatly contributed to the popularization of the author's works after his death, he is surrounded by numerous controversies. One of his most questionable decisions involved introducing the good versus evil doctrine. Derleth was a devout Catholic to the Cthulhu mythos, which contrasted with Lovecraft's view of the world and his approach to cosmic horror. As a result, the author's works are often misunderstood and misrepresented in today's culture. It is also worth noting that Lovecraft was never really interested in creating a mythology, and the term Cthulhu mythos was coined by Derleth after the author left the mortal plane. This dude just has a copy of the Necronomicon sitting on his shelf here. And yet I'm saying he's super conventional. Rolls are getting a little weird. Yeah. Snapped me around. Weird.
It is at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing. I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave. So now I am to end it all, having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men.
Lovecraft hated tobacco, even though he used to smoke when he was 12 in order to look and feel like an adult. In his correspondence with friend Reinhard Kleiner, he claims that he quit as soon as he started wearing long pants. He also had a very strong opinion about alcohol, as evidenced by his letter to Zelia Brown, dated 13th February 1928. As for the matter of drinking, I have never tasted an intoxicating liquor, and never intend to, having a strong aesthetic disgust at anything which blunts or coarsens the delicate natural equipoise of the evolved human intellect and imagination. Drinking excited my personal repugnance, hence I don't drink. Let the herd do what they will. I am rather in favor of prohibition, the prohibition of any one antisocial force, as well as of any other. Is he like 15 when he wrote that? Ooh, didn't even notice I was clicking on something. At another house where people were stirring, he asked questions about the gods and whether they danced often upon Larion. But the farmer and his wife would only make the elder sign and tell him the way to Nier and Ulthar. Elder sign is a protective symbol that can be found in various works of pop culture, usually represented by a 5-pointed star with an eye flame symbol in its center. For example, in games inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's writings, it is supposed to ward away all kinds of cosmic horrors. However, this is a later version of the sign, created by the author's friend, writer August Derleth. In our game, we have used the original symbol as designed by Lovecraft in the form of a 6-pointed branch, which he sometimes included in letters to his friends.
Often, I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm, a mere freak of fever as I lay sun-stricken and raving in the open boat after my escape from the German man-of-war. This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply. I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed, worshipping their ancient stone idols and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite. I dream of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the land shall sink and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium. The end is near. At the door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering against it. It shall not find me. God, that hand! The window! The window!
Huh. I wonder what these are. So the Eldritch Blocks DLC has ebook versions of Dagon and Fishhead. Fishhead is an earlier story that's one of the inspirations behind Dagon. Also an audiobook of Dagon. And what is this other one? The little glass bottle. Join Captain William Jones and his party of men on a treasure hunt adventure. The Little Glass Bottle is the second official DLC for Dagon, based on the first surviving story by the master of weird fiction, written when he was 7 years old. Take some rest from cosmic horror and eldritch underwater beings and experience the other, more humorous side of young H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, it's not even out yet. But it'll be a little 10-minute game when it comes out. Support our future narrative projects. So yeah, they do intend to continue with these. Oh, I missed some trivia somewhere in there. Oh. Missed quite a bit of trivia. Mark that game as completed. A lot of Lovecraft games do fall short because of the simple fact that they are games, which when someone's making a game, they think they need a lot more interactivity. I still contend that the best Lovecraft adaptation in game is the first portion of Dark Corners of the Earth. That is an adaptation of The Shadows over Innsmouth, and it is extremely, extremely good up to a point after which you're given a gun. And once you have your first gun, the game is all downhill from there, because it turns more into an FPS than a Lovecraft horror adaptation. Still highly recommend it because it has such an amazing first portion. So, next stream, I should be continuing Metroid. See how long it takes to get to the next big boss. If it's not insanely long. Probably finish the game next stream, and then we can move on with Super Metroid. I was looking at the chronology for the Metroid timeline, and apparently the 3 Metroid Prime games take place between Zero Mission and Super Metroid. Playing the first Prime game, I'm not sure if I played the second one or just saw it played. I'm fairly certain I never did anything with the third one. But they're a little different from what I was intending to do with looking at like platformer Metroidvanias and stuff. Great soundtracks, and I remember the first game being really fun. But plan is Zero Mission, Super Metroid, then Metroid Fusion. I hear constantly good things about Fusion. Then I'll have to make some room for streaming more Get in the Car, loser.